If you thought the media and entertainment industry couldn't get more insane, think again. They have apparently created a movie that shows elites hunting down Trump supporters slated to hit theaters in September. This film includes lines such as, "At least the hunt's coming up. Nothing better than going out to the manor and slaughtering a dozen deplorables." This is a big Universal Pictures release. Directed by Craig Zobel, co-written by Damon Lindelof, starring Ike Barinholtz, Betty Gilpin, Emma Roberts, Hilary Swank, Jason Blum. And the problem that they see isn't the fact that they made a psychotic movie about killing their political opponents. After 2 years of hysteria, delusion, lying, crying, screaming, rigging Google search results, that's not the problem. The problem is Universal temporarily halts marketing for The Hunt following mass shootings. No, they're not canceling their movie. No, they didn't not make the movie in the first place. They're just going to stop advertising for a little bit because of the school shootings. But then they're going to release their movie about killing their political opponents in a satire. And somehow these people think that they're the sane, rational, loving, peaceful, kind, and nonviolent type. The hypocrisy never ends. They can do 10,000 times as much as what you do. But because they control mass media, they'll put a microscope on what you did and say, "Oh my God, it's you, it's you, it's you. It's not me. It's never me." These people are disgusting. How disgusting? You actually won't believe it. Here's a CNN contributor and unhinged Trump hater. "After today, there is no longer any room for nuance. The president is a white nationalist terror leader. His supporters, all of them, are by definition white nationalist terror supporters. The MAGA hat is a KKK hood, and this evil, racist scourge must be eradicated from society." That's correct, a CNN blue checkmark contributor calling for the eradication of over 100 million people in this country, all of their political opponents, while the film industry is making a movie about killing people who don't want high taxes, government control over healthcare, and insane policies that would have made the Obama Democratic Party look conservative. He has to clarify this. There seems to be some confusion among the right wing about whether I believe that all Trump supporters are culpable in the white nationalist terrorism he's inspired. Let me just clear this up. Yes, all Trump supporters are culpable. If you support a racist, you are a racist. The end. They reference the KKK, ignoring the fact that it was Republicans that freed slaves, Republicans who worked with black people in 1870 when Democrats wouldn't until 1993. And according to History.com, it was the Democrats who started the KKK to pressure all black people and Republicans who were working with the black people to keep them free. Sound familiar? Well, yeah, not much has changed, but we can just pretend like the party switched since they control mass media and keep saying that even though it's not true. But this story gets crazier. Someone brought up a picture of him eating human brains, and he responded, "It was delicious." So they say we can eat human brains, we can make these terrible movies, we can call for your eradication, but we're somehow the sane, totally normal, rational ones. Even though if you look at their policies outside, racist, 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 everybody who disagrees with me is racist, you realize that their policies are always taking your money, your freedom, your tax dollars, your ability to do anything. But it gets crazier. On MSNBC, somebody falsely claimed that Trump is trying to exterminate Latinos.
President Obama used the power of the presidency to try to pass comprehensive immigration reform with the Latino community, Latino leaders at the table. You now have a president, as you said, talking about exterminating Latinos.
Of course that's not true. It was the Obama administration who built the cages. Obama deported more people than anybody has. It was the Obama administration who built the cages in the first place. It was Obama who deported more illegal immigrants than any president ever. But I guess if every celebrity lies on Instagram in unison, every single television station lies in unison, all the social media websites are rigging algorithms so the lies come at the top, the liars in the entertainment and film industry just keep getting more hysterical, more violent, more terroristic, I guess that's completely okay. They're allowed to lie, they're allowed to incite violence, they're allowed to make some sort of crazy, delusional, oh my God, he's exterminating Latinos, which isn't even true when it's them who are calling for the eradication, the extermination, and making blatant propaganda movies, basically telling people to kill people who disagree with them politically. It's just hard to imagine any sane and rational person on either the left or the right being okay with this. I know I wouldn't be okay if the Republican Party did it. I'm not even really a Republican. I call them out all the time, and I think they're very weak and lame on many issues. I'm clearly not okay with the Democratic Party doing it and fake liberals and Fox social justice warriors. It's disgusting. It's insane. But this is kind of how it goes. The Dayton shooter was a leftist, a socialist, an Elizabeth Warren supporter, and he even said, "I want socialism, and I'll not wait for the idiots to finally come round to understanding." So when you constantly tell everybody that Latinos are being genocided when they're not, they're growing and growing and growing, growing in America. It's the exact opposite, actually. When you constantly tell people there's concentration camps at the border that Trump created when it was the Obama administration who put them there, deported people like everyone else, more than Trump, you absolutely lead people to freaking out, to saying, oh my God, I gotta stop this stuff. Weirdly enough, there is really crazy stuff going on in the world. What's going on in Yemen is crazy. What happened in Syria is crazy. The fact that the Obama administration with Hillary left a power vacuum where slavery is now existent, that is the stuff that should be talked about, and crazy stuff in the world. Human trafficking, which is affecting millions of people. But celebrities never seem to talk about that type of stuff. They just make stuff up, radicalize people, and then do really brave activism such as canceling their overpriced Equinox and Soul Cycle passes. Even Michael Moore chimed in, I'm getting rid of my Soul Cycle. Might want to get a refund while you're at it, Mike. Doesn't seem to be working. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but unless I see video footage, I don't believe it. And the craziest part about this woke activism of getting rid of your Equinox and Soul Cycle passes, wow, the working class is really standing in solidarity with this activism, is the fact that the city that most of them live in, Los Angeles, the streets are filled with poop, pee, trash, tents, homelessness. It's growing. If you're an actual working class person, you don't have the luxury of going up to the hills to ignore it. You can't ignore it. It's everywhere. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, every nice spot that used to be nice and walkable is now not so walkable. It's filled with homelessness, trash, tents. Clean up your city. Who cares about your Soul Cycle and your Equinox pass that most working class people can't afford or don't feel like spending a couple $100s on? Clean your own streets. But once again, they don't do that. Guess who did? Scott Presler, a Trump supporter, cleaned up 12 tons of trash in Baltimore. And guess what? His liberal political opponents were furious. I'm not joking. People were screaming at him, telling people, watch out, there's people cleaning trash in your neighborhood, kick them out. It's almost like they want you weak, dumb, dependent, and giving all of your resources, taxes, and personal freedoms to federal government. Isn't that strange? It's almost like they don't want your cities clean. It's almost like they make up fake genocides and protest Equinox instead of putting a microscope on real slavery in the world and real genocide. It's almost like their whole celebrity operation of posting the same exact picture at the same time across all social media so everybody that doesn't pay attention freaks out. It's almost like it's a purposeful propaganda effort. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're just very low IQ, or maybe they're not good people. Who knows? Either way, in this political climate, it has to stop. Especially when I talk to most liberals and progressives who disagree with me politically, they almost all say that Donald Trump is going to win next election. I've met very few people on the left who don't like Donald Trump, who don't think he's going to win. Most understand that he's popular. The Democrats are a complete embarrassment. They have absolutely nothing to offer besides, when a tragedy happens, to cling on to it, get fundraising money, and act like they're so much less racist than everybody else. People know they're going to lose, so what are you going to act like this for 6 years? Keep escalating violence, hate, terribleness? I'm not blaming Elizabeth Warren or any leftist for the Dayton shooter. I'm not blaming Donald Trump for the El Paso shooter. Notice how no politician on the left or the right wants to talk about mental health, families raising your children, the pharmacy industry, and the overprescription of pills that alter your mind. That conversation never gets had. It's always, it's your fault, it's the taxpayer, we're going to take your money, we're going to take your freedoms, we're going to take your rights, as the root of the problem continues to boil and get worse and worse and worse. Somebody has to say it. If you're in the film industry, if you're a liberal, if you're a conservative, heck, I don't really care about politics right now. No right-winger should be making movies about murdering leftists. No left-wingers should be making Universal Pictures endorsed movies about murdering deplorables. Have we really gotten that cold as a society that we're gonna blame people who voted for somebody? Maybe they wanted to try to end the wars overseas. Maybe they wanted less taxes. Maybe they wanted their coal mining jobs or their farming jobs. Maybe they just wanted something different. A politician who wasn't so tight-wounded and obviously reading off a script. It's disgusting enough how they're treating the president of the United States. You could criticize him, you could disagree with him, but how people are treating him is legitimately disgusting. That's bad enough, but treating every single person who likes him or supports him or voted for him for a multitude of reasons, blaming them, hating them, threatening them, inciting violence towards them. You're a disgusting, pathetic psychopath. And somebody needs to say it. It's even gotten so bad, I have liberal friends in the entertainment industry who message me and say, guess what? These liberals have gotten so psychotic, so delusional, so dishonest, calling everything racist, everything sexist, everything xenophobic. It's intellectually offensive to a lot of people. And I've had many of them, left-wingers, reach out to me because they know I'm not going to incite violence towards them, saying, I'm not voting left-wing anymore. I don't even like Trump. I don't even like most conservatives. But whatever this is going on, no solution, no real discussion, closing down a discussion, threats, eating brains and saying you're going to eradicate people. Sorry guys, that's not peaceful, loving, tolerant, or as popular as you might think just because you work for a few of the corporations who run all the movies, who produce all the television shows. It's a little echo chamber that just keeps getting more radical, pointing the finger, calling everyone else radical. Everyone else could de-escalate. There's problems on the right, there's problems on the left. There's extremists in every race, religion, and gender, and political party. But very few people are trying to make it better on all sides. That's what I'm trying to do. Have a discussion, bring people closer to the center, address their concerns without demonizing them, regardless what side they're on. Almost no one's doing that on the right or the left. So that's what I'm doing here, but this definitely crosses the line, as does a lot of what's been going on in this country. It's really awful. And the worst part is there are really terrible things going on in the world, and celebrities never seem to want to talk about them. They just make stuff up or start attacking everyday working class citizens. It's very weird. Let me know what you think. Have a great day, and like and subscribe to my page if you like what I'm doing, and feel free to support if you would like, because YouTube demonetizes most of my videos now, and obviously having a message like this, even though it's chill and kind and reasonable and rational, I'm sure they don't want this message going out there, and they're making it as hard as possible for me to make money or come up top at the search results. And I'm sure they're going to keep rigging social media further and further and further. So thank you so much for your support. Have a good day. Sign up to my free email list if you'd like to see more, and don't let the hate get you down. They use fear and hate on all sides to try to take over your mind and your spirit. Don't give that up. Don't let people that you don't like live rent-free in your head. Don't let the hate and the fear consume you. That is what they want, and that's what we won't do. We're going to have a good day. We're going to enjoy our lives, and we're not going to let this get us down. Have a good one.